Hey there, welcome to the sermon preview for this week. Glad you're taking a second to join us here today. Who do I have with me here today?
Lance.
Dennis.
Yep, so Dennis is going to be preaching for us here on Sunday morning. Lance, just give us a quick reminder, what series are we in and what are we focusing on?
So we're in our Advent series. We're focusing on Jesus being the light of the world, and right now, I mean, we focus a lot on the first coming, but we also want to talk about his second coming as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Dennis, tell us, what is the passage that we're looking at on Sunday?
Yeah, we're looking in Isaiah again, but it's chapter 9, 2 through 7, verses 2 through 7 that we're going to look at.
Yeah, so these are some pretty powerful verses here, and this prophecy here is often used to describe the coming of Jesus. So tell us, what is it that we need to know? How can we prepare for Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, our focus again is on light. I mean, all these passages we're looking at, it has to do with light, and this one especially looks at the hope that the light is going to bring into the world. Yeah. And of course, we know that, we know now that that light is Jesus, and so that's kind of what our focus is more as the light being hope for us and for the Israelites, as the passage was originally written.
Yeah, good. So one of my favorite verses in this passage is verse 6, where it gives us 4 different names for Christ, for the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So I'm curious, for the two of you, which one of those names maybe sticks out to you the most, or has the most meaning for you? So Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
Yeah, so I'd say the Wonderful Counselor. I just look at that as Jesus always being someone we can talk to, come to, full of wisdom and knowledge, and he's going to be able to help us with whatever we need.
Yeah.
I look at that Everlasting Father, your father figure kind of deal, and how that is, it's more of a relationship than, God here and I'm here kind of deal.
Yeah.
The amazing thing to me about all those is, all 4 of those names are going to be fulfilled through a baby.
Right.
Which is pretty amazing when you think about that.
Yeah.
What we're thinking about on those terms of those 4 names, and that hope comes through a form of a baby.
Through a baby. Yeah, right. Which is like the absolute opposite of what the Israelites were expecting. They were expecting this warrior and this political savior, which in fact, like, all of these things are kind of the opposite of that, especially Prince of Peace. I mean, it's not Prince of Liberation or of freedom. It's Prince of Peace, and that one's, I think that's probably the one that sticks out to me the most, is just this idea that Jesus, one of the main purposes was to bring peace in the world in a lot of different ways, and we see that even sung about in a lot of our Christmas carols. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. All of those things that come out in that. So Dennis, as people are looking at this passage and preparing for Sunday, what's maybe a question they can reflect on or something like that?
Yeah, I think this time of year is easy to think about darkness with less light out there, although we have the sun today. I think we've all been in times of darkness ourselves, and how we came out about how we felt about that. But I would do the question of, how did God enlighten you in some of those dark times, or others that that have dealt with darkness?
Yeah, that's a great question. Great question. I think we can reflect on not just in this time, but in any time of the year.
Definitely.
How does God bring us out of that darkness into His light?
Yeah.
So good, wonderful. Well, I'm excited for Sunday. Excited to see what Dennis has, what God has put on his heart. I hope you are as well. So we'll see you then, 9:15. Take care.